Josh, I still don't think everybody understands what we're dealing with here. This isn't some small time thing we're stopping, okay? It's like go to the detox center and talk to somebody who's kicking heroin or something like that. For a lot of people, this is what we're dealing with. The dopamine drug is super underrated. Like nobody talks about it. If they did, then the internet and everybody glued to their phone, that probably wouldn't happen as much. People don't know that the dopamine addiction is a huge addiction. It's huge. It's like you got a drug inside your brain and you access it anytime you want. It's like your dope dealer lives inside you, okay? And you don't realize how many times you're hitting that dopamine box. It's like somebody in a hospital that's they're in a lot of pain. They have a morphine drip. And anytime they're starting to feel uncomfortable, they just push the button. Next thing you know, they're super addicted, or they're dead, or because like they don't realize what they're doing. How many times they're taking that drug? It's just so easy to push the button. Well, that's how easy it is with this internet now, and the whole PMO thing. You just push the button. Go to the internet, push the button. Go search this, search that, and then many, you can be on that for hours, all night. Imagine, so you're in the hospital bed and you're pushing the button all night long. More drugs. This is what is happening with the PMO. So then people come and they think like, why can't I stop? I just can't stop. Well, yeah, go talk to the heroin addict. Ask him. It's the same thing. So that has to be understood here, so you stop tripping and thinking like, there's something wrong with me, like I can't quit. Actually, I think the dopamine addiction is it can be more intense than a heroin addiction because of many reasons. So when we start doing semen retention, okay, what I just described, this totally spasms your nervous system. Your nervous system, when you're doing PMO all the time, or even when you're edging, that's next level. This is how deep it is. This is why I say it's stronger than heroin. There's all levels to this. When you're constantly pushing the dopamine button and flooding your system with dopamine, what was I going to say, man? Your nervous system is constantly spasming. It's constantly spasming. And then if you orgasm on top of that, some do multiple times a day even, like you don't realize, if you could see your nervous system and how it reacts when you do that, then you'd get it. But the body's so strong and resilient, it takes a lot to kill it sometimes, and it keeps trying to repair itself when we sleep and with the food and everything. But it's not Superman. We can't keep hitting it with all this dopamine and expect it to function normally. Okay, when you start doing semen retention, your nervous system is going to go through a total overhaul. It's like if you take some shack out here, it's all run down, and then you make it into some, prestigious Beverly Hills shack. Like that analogy? Like, do you realize the renovation that it has to go through to meet, some high-end modern Western standard? Okay, this is the same thing. The semen retention, same thing. And it takes time. You can't make the shack into a Beverly Hills place overnight. It takes time. You gotta break things down, sand, maybe paint, I don't know. I don't know anything about building houses. So it takes time for this rewiring, this revamping that your nervous system is going to go through, because it's going to go through a definite overhauling. Just imagine how many times you're hitting the dopamine box every day, and for how long. And I'm not just talking about PMO. Go see my playlist on edging. It's all about dopamine hits and how we constantly are getting dopamine hits. The internet is huge. It's a huge vehicle, a huge drug for people. It's infected everybody now. It's amazing. Babies and kids and adults and older people, everybody. It's just everybody. It's amazing. Like they're on their phone all the time. I'm in Ecuador, in even that, like they're still all infected here. When I went to Florida last year, it's like, Jesus, man. It's like everybody says, let's go out to dinner. Let's say there's 6 people. Yeah, let's go out to dinner. We're going to have dinner and spend time with each other. They go to dinner. They're all sitting at the table on their phone. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Give me more dopamine. That's why people get crazy and their mental body, their mind breaks down. And they go to a school and shoot everybody. Because then the doctors will give them drugs. The person will go to the doctor and say, man, I feel weird. Like something's wrong. I'm depressed. I'm anxious. Oh, here, take this pill. Oh, really? Don't look at your lifestyle habits? Are you maybe creating this imbalance? No, don't look at that. Just take the pill. It makes it more crazy. And finally, they just flip out. The body system can't handle it anymore. So I'm talking to those few people. Look, most people, they're going to be collateral damage. They just are. They're not going to come out of this net, this net of delusion that most people are trapped in. But there's a few. See, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you guys. Girls. So in this process of rewiring the nervous system, there's going to be side effects. You're going to go through withdrawal. You're going to feel probably restless, have insomnia. And then it's not like you just go through that for 3 days and it stops. No. You might be good for a little bit and then bam, it's going to hit you again. Then you might be good for a little bit, and then bam, it can hit you again. We don't know how long that process is going to take. And then, if you want to step up the game, as a lot of you do, because you start getting some sanity and soundness of mind back when you stop the PMO, and then you start to realize about edging. You start to realize that edging is still a dopamine drug that you're doing, so you want to start looking at that. And then you stop edging, that has its own level of withdrawals. It's more deep. You're getting more deep now, more subtle into your psychology and chemistry. You're rewiring on a deeper level. It's like if you make the shack into just kind of you kind of just spice it up and make it look nice. That's like if you stop PMO. Then you stop edging, it's like making it into like a Beverly Hills $1 million shack or something. That's where edging takes you. Edging means you stop. When you stop edging, you stop the whole dopamine addiction and things that give you dopamine hits. Internet, PMO, obviously, food, getting attention from girls, lusting, fantasies, looking in the mirror and trying to, activate yourself. Like, damn, I look pretty good. There's thousands of ways. So you see how you can't do all this perfect? What are you going to do? Like, are you just going to stop? It's so deeply conditioned into our mind, and the society we live in keeps perpetuating it. You're not just going to stop overnight. That's why those who you keep complaining you can't stop, because you don't know what you're dealing with. This is why I'm trying to tell you what you're dealing with. So then you won't be so hard on yourself. You'll still try full on. But at the same time, you realize like you can't climb Mount Everest like just right now. You gotta there's training involved. So that's what I'm trying to say. I think I hit everything. Yeah, man, you just keep going. You do the best you can do. Understand that when you stop doing PMO, that is the best thing you can do for your nervous system. This is gonna rewire and benefit your nervous system like nothing else. It's gonna benefit it more than if you just stop smoking, or you just stop doing coffee, or you just stop smoking weed. Those are big things too. That will definitely benefit your nervous system. But when you stop PMO, it's a big benefit. And when you stop edging, now you're in the less than 1%, I would say, of the whole 8 billion people on the planet. When you stop PMO and edging. Edging's inclusive, like I said, it's not just about sexual. And then your nervous system is going to function in a way that you're not used to. You're gonna feel a sense of calmness and balance and stability and self-confidence that you cannot find anywhere in any class doing anything. There's nobody, you can't get that. You just can't get it. You could be getting all the attention in the world from a girl, it's not going to give you this. You can be the Elephant Man. You ever seen that movie? And if you stop PMO and edging and your nervous system has regenerated, you're going to have more confidence than the G'd up people who are getting all this attention, because their confidence, it's fake. It's contingent upon them getting attention. Let all the attention stop and see how good they are. You see? When your nervous system's solid, you start getting dialed into the source itself that created you. And then you come to my spiritual channel, and then we talk about that. It's all related. It's all interrelated. Spirituality, stopping PMO. You need spirituality at a certain point. You'll find out. Because this edging's no joke. We need to access our spiritual power. So, Spiritual Renaissance, that's the name of my channel, my spiritual channel. If you want to consult, my email is on the banner, and enjoy your day. All right.